We'll talk to our people to talk to your people.
Yeah.
But that was my big question for you guys. How come you think this stuff is hard to talk about for our people? And it's quite easy for you guys to do it.
I still don't think it's
really
easy. Yeah, I don't think it's easy.
It feels like it's easy. You
We
guys
still
like
struggle to come to terms with what we're talking about.
What? You're just making grabs up to say something.
Yeah, I think Rhea and I still find it hard to talk about. But when we're in the conversation, it's kind of like, well, you got to say your piece, or what's the point?
Yeah, and you just make light of it, I think. You just
Yeah.
laugh about it. But people don't talk about it because we were raised to not talk about that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
and
There's
that's
no
it.
way that we would
Exactly
talk
it.
about any of this stuff to our parents. And so, like T mentioned in our podcast about how she would come to me, like we would talk to each other about, you know, that kind of stuff because we wouldn't go to our parents. And
No.
so you're learning off your mates. And really, this is just a
Yeah,
conversation
you've learned
about,
off that,
this
mate.
is just a conversation about what we've already done, like, you know, our experiences and stuff. So that's in a way why it's easy to talk about it, because it's stuff that we've experienced.
Can I just say something from the last podcast? Can I clear something up about the virginity part?
No.
The reason why
No.
I lost my virginity?
No, you cannot. This
Yes,
is
you
not,
can. No, you
this
can
is
be
not
honest.
Afakasi Scoop, okay?
Yeah, but we are talking about it. We are
It's my
talking about
opportunity to clear it up.
it. Clear it
Oh,
up. Because you cleared it up to me after the
I know,
mics
and you
went
don't
off.
get it. The
Yeah.
only reason why I did it and it wasn't great was because Rhea made me do it.
And that's what happens. When you follow your friends, then, you know.
No, back then, no, but coming back to this, everything was sacred. I didn't have any, like my dad talked to me about everything anyway. But when it came to sex in particular, he didn't cross that. All he told me, and like I said in one of our own first podcasts, his best advice to me was, you know, what did he say to me? Guy hates it when a girl's on heat and she stinks and she smells. So that always stuck in my head. But everything else I didn't. And so I was lucky I had Rhea back then, who I learnt a lot of things off. Wait, that's not sounding good.
No.
Not like that. No, I went to her for advice.
Keep going.
Yeah. Hey,
Keep going.
Yeah.
does that sound better?
No,
I went to
carry
Rhea
on.
for advice.
Yeah, carry on.
And welcome, thank you very much.
So all that,
no,
and
but-
it was Rhea's fault.
No, but that's what girls do.
Yes.
Girls can talk openly
course.
Yeah.
about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't even think that after you hook up with someone that the girl is not going to go to her best mate or like
shucks, yeah.
already in the car ringing, like going, hey, guess what? Guess where I
Yeah.
just came from? That happens. Like
Yeah.
that actually happens, and you talk about that. And so, really, when we talk on Afakasi Scoop, it's just our normal conversations with a microphone in front of our
Being
face,
fake
and
fella.
that is the difference. Yeah.
It's a kiss and tell.
so.
Yeah.
So the fact
Yeah.
that it's out there in the internet,
Yeah.
is that what makes it hard? Is that just the hard part? Because obviously it's easy to talk amongst the girls
Yeah.
when you're discussing.
Because we know it's hard for people to talk about, and they judge straight away. Like, I think people judge and are probably thinking, oh my God, how do they talk about that stuff? Because we don't talk about it in our culture, you know, but that's just our podcast. That's what we do.
See, I don't even care so much about
No?
people's judgment. It's more about if my mum sees
Yeah.
it, my auntie sees it. It's my family, because I'm like 42 and still worried about what,
Yeah.
you know, because they obviously don't know everything that happened when I was younger. That's just what it is, you know. But it's them that I'm worried about, and then because you still have
Still worried
yeah,
about.
still worried about it, because even
Yeah.
when you know, when we were growing up and stuff, it was still like you couldn't do things, you know, in case the whaiwhi else saw it, you know, or like, you know, it was always,
Oh my gosh, yes.
it didn't matter. And I still remember going to PIC and having all the boys in the back row, and they would just have their
Yeah.
sunglasses on because they've just come back from the clubs. But as long as the parents turn around and can see that you're sitting in church,
Doesn't
that
matter.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, so and so it's still that kind of thing. Like, you know, you're still kind of protecting your parents, you know, well, your parents really from, or your family from the judgment or whatever. But personally, I don't care, because that stuff happened and it doesn't define us, and it's just, it is what it is. And yeah, but and we have to talk about it because people are going through it. Like, we're not the only ones going through this stuff. So I think that's the overall reason why we do it, is because we know that, you know, there are people that well, we wouldn't have listeners if people didn't want to know this stuff, right?
Right.
And so,
So I think they just listen for the banter, some of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they just like
majority.
the banter.
Yeah.
But then the topics are real life
The
too.
Yeah,
topics
yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
And I think
And
for me, I don't have parents to worry about now. You know, and my brother knows what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, I think the reason why I'm doing it is I'm just talking because this is me. This is what I have to say. This is my opinion. And a lot of people out there don't know who we are, us three, as personally. But the way we talk is the way we are in real life anyway, and it's the stuff we'd say anyway. And that's what I love about this. And to be honest, I don't listen to our podcasts. I don't go back and listen to them. I'll go through, the previews or that come through, but I don't. I just say my bit and then I leave it.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to listen to it because it's like our normal conversations. We'll have a conversation, we meet up, and then talk and then just leave it. You don't go back and try and listen to your conversation again. It's a bit weird. But yeah.